Hello everybody, this is Mr. Storm. In this video, we are going to talk about users and sections. So we've touched a little bit on sections in the past, but we haven't really talked about users and the different profiles that you might find in here. So we're going to click on this button labeled People. Now in this People menu, you're going to see a ton more users than just the one, right? You are the teacher of that course, so obviously you are going to be a user, but you're going to see all of your students, and you're going to see any co-teachers that you have on this class. You're going to see any course designers that you may have attached here, any special education professionals that you've added to this course. But you're also going to see some students, you're going to see some parents in here as well. Parents can observe their student and their student's Canvas environment. They can't turn in assignments for them, and they can't take quizzes or anything like that, but they can see what assignments have been turned in. They can see their grade. They can see things like that. So if we take a look here, I have 3 tabs up here. I have Everyone, I have Copyright Group, and I have Jigsaw Group. So the reason for these 2 different groups is because I have 2 group assignments in the first couple of weeks of this course. This group assignment is an assignment where they have to go and find an example of one specific Creative Commons license of a piece of art using a Creative Commons license, and they have to do a report on that. And so these are groups I'm going to have 7 groups. These groups are going to be made up of students in the class. I don't have any students in the class yet, so these groups are just sitting here. The Impact Jigsaw group, these are going to be randomly assigned. So of course I don't have any groups here, but it's going to be 4 students per group. And this assignment is going to have them go find resources about the impact of the internet on society. They're going to watch videos and then write reports about it and basically do a jigsaw assignment. But so all of the groups that you have set for your group assignments are going to be up here, and you can create new group sets here as well. You don't have to do it in the assignment. You can do it here. Now, if I want to add a bunch of users into my course, I can go ahead and click plus people, start typing in email addresses. I can change which section they're in. I can change their role, all of that stuff. But I don't want to do that. The reason why is because when our courses are built for us, they will have students in them already. Okay. So the only time you may ever have to add or remove a student is if the link between Aspire and Canvas isn't working and a student wasn't added or a student wasn't removed. But usually all that stuff will happen on its own. Over here, next to every user, you can go in and edit which sections they are in. We'll talk about sections in a minute. You can change their role. For example, I'm a teacher in this role, but I can change mine to admin or observer, designer, or whatever I want. Let's actually talk about roles real quick. So student is your basic student profile. Student restricted is a student profile, but with fewer restrictions. Now, I'm not quite sure what restrictions we've set as an admin for the student restricted role, and I'm actually not sure if we've set any at all, but that is available. That's an option. Teacher is you, the teacher. You can also set a teacher's assistant role in here where they have limited access to grading and some of those things, but they don't have all the full control that you would have. You have a designer who can help you to design content, but they can't grade work. You have admin who can observe everything from a top level admin view, and then observer. Observer roles are parents. Those are parents that are looking at a specific kid, like just one kid, right? They're only looking at their own kid's environment. So those are the different roles that you might see. I can go to user details for every user. I can see their picture and their bio and the links or all of the things that they have set up. I can see when the last day they attended class. I can change privileges for that user. I can look at interactions with that student. I can look at when they've accessed this course. I can look at the outcomes for them specifically, so I can look at what state standards they have mastered in my class. I can pair with an observer. If a parent wants to know, how do I get access to my kid's account, the kid needs to go in and click pair with observer, and they'll get a code that they can give to their parents to enter when they're creating their own parent account. And then we have deactivate and remove. You're probably not going to use these, but again, you can if you need to. I wouldn't go crazy with adding or removing students. That happens pretty automatically here at UMA. Let's talk about sections again. So I've said a couple of times now that we have multiple sections within a course, and that's for different class periods or different students. You can use this to differentiate or whatever. One thing that I haven't been super clear about is you can actually rename these course sections. This is something that drove me crazy for so long. I didn't realize that you can rename these course sections. In previous years, we would get course section names that would be like the entire full name of the class: Exploring Computer Science hyphen Utah Military Academy Hillfield hyphen Storm hyphen A1. And the A1 would be all the way over here at the end, and you couldn't see it. You can actually go in and just change it to like A1, right? You can edit course or edit section titles here. I'm going to go back to the original title. And that makes it a lot easier, because if you are in the grade book, let's go to grades. And I am sorting by I don't have multiple sections. I really want to show you how this looks. So let's go back to sections. I'm going to create a new section, and it's going to be so that'll be one section, and this will be another. So I have A1, and then I have like the crazy long one, right? So if I go to my grade book, I can sort it by sections, right? And I'd have this big long thing that's really hard to read, or just A1. And I can sort by the different sections. So it makes it a whole lot easier. Okay. So yeah, that's sections. So sections and groups are different. Sections are for the different class periods, so you don't have to have separate courses, Canvas courses, for every class period you're teaching if the content is the same. Now, sections also makes it easy, because let's say I have one class is on B day and one class is on A day. I can go into my assignments, and I can set, actually, let me change this here so it's easier. We'll make this, this will be B3. My B3 class. So I have an A1 class and a B3 class. If I go to my assignments, I can create different due dates for those different assignments. So here's my impact jigsaw assignment. Let's take a look at that. All right. That is due on September 5th. But let's say I actually only want that to be due on September 5th for A1. And for B3, I want it due on, went too far, September 6th, right? Or whatever. So that's a way you can set different due dates based on the class, whether the class is on an A day or a B day. All right. I'm going to change that back to everyone. Perfect. All right. So I think that's about it. If you have any questions about the different user roles or sections, or, hey, I have this student that is, his name is different in Canvas than it is in Aspire, and it's totally throwing off my grading or whatever, let me know. As an admin in Canvas, I can change user accounts. If students don't know how to do it themselves, I can go in and change preferred names, that kind of stuff. Makes it a whole lot easier for grading if the names match. Or if you have kids in different sections, you can actually change their section in People. So if a kid moves from one class period to another, you can come in here and you can edit their sections, put them in a different section. So again, there's a lot you can do from a People perspective in Canvas. So play around with these settings, but if you feel like you might break something, don't ask for help. Okay, everything's back to normal. Perfect. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you next time.